What's good, y'all? It's Ali back at it again with another YouTube video in which I give you guys mental models you can use to become extremely successful and accomplish all the goals you're fucking after. So let's get right into it. So today I want to talk about environment. And it's ridiculously crazy, but this is really what makes or breaks whether you're going to become successful or not. A lot of guys overcomplicate the game to an insane degree when it comes to achieving their goals, right? They think, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this, I need to do that. And yes, you need to do a lot of things, but if you just get this shit right here, right, bro, wow, I'm telling you, the likelihood you win is super ridiculously high. Okay, so first let's define environment in the context of you being able to achieve your goals. Environment just means who you are or what you will become. Okay. A lot of you guys watching this right now have probably already heard the quotes of your first 5 friends or the 5 friends that you have around you will determine who you actually are. If I want to know who you are, show me your friends. Or your environment makes or breaks you, right? You've probably heard this before, and it might not be real for you. You might be like, yeah, I guess that makes sense. If I'm around winners, I'll become a winner too. But bro, it's actually super deep. It's super deep. It affects your psyche completely based off what is around you. What is around you affects your psyche to a ridiculous degree. If you have the right things around you, the likelihood you become a winner is ridiculously high. As human beings, we are social creatures, right? We're actually not only social creatures, but we're adaptable creatures. What is around us, we always end up adapting to, right? Who is around us, we always end up adapting to and learning things from. So if you're around the wrong niggas and you're in the wrong places, what's going to happen? You're going to become the type of person who doesn't achieve his goals, right? Or you already are the type of guy who's not achieving his goals. One or the other, right? So what we need to do is ensure that you become someone who's going to achieve his goals, or you already are somebody who's achieving his goals. So the only way to do that is to do what? You have to fix your environment. When you think about focus, discipline, and consistency, you need to train these abilities. A big theme of my channel is everything worth having in life must be worked for, right? So you do have to train your focus, discipline, and consistency to have it. But what's crazy is an insane shortcut you could just have the right environment that forces you to be consistent, that forces you to be focused, that forces you to be disciplined. A lot of you guys right now, you're not focused, disciplined, or consistent because of the niggas you hang around. You're like, Ali, I'm not focused, I'm not consistent, I'm not disciplined. I'm like, show me your homies. All your homies are not focused, disciplined, or consistent either. Why the fuck would you be? You're not aware of the higher levels of focus or discipline or consistency that's out there because you're around guys that are horrible at the shit. But if you only pay attention to guys who are winners, who are achieving their goals, who are massively successful, and you look at the level of focus and discipline and consistency they have, and that's all you ever see, what the fuck is going to happen to you? You're going to adapt up to that level as well because that's all you are used to. You're only going to be used to a high level of consistency, effort, and discipline because there's levels to these things. You might sit here and be like, oh, Ali, I'm disciplined, and your dumbass can only focus for 2 days before you get off the grind, and then now you're sitting up watching porn, beating your meat, and chilling instantly, right? And all your homies are like that too. That's why you do that as well. Understand? So you want to be in a position where, no, I need to increase the levels of my consistency, focus, and discipline by just being around the right guys, right? I've already made a longer video talking about what true friends actually look like. So I'll also link that down below. But the point is, if you want a lot of these abilities when it comes to achieving your goals, what you need to do is just focus on cleaning up your environment. And that's really just the actionable step for today, right? You want to look for a clean environment. Yeah. I had a brain fart there for a second, but yeah, you want a clean environment. You want to clean it up. You want to get rid of all the bum ass niggas in your environment. You want to get rid of all the things that distract you and keep you comfortable. Video games, drugs, alcohol, dumbass entertainment content, all these things got to go because it's all these things that make you not focus on being more focused, disciplined, and consistent. Another example I want to give you guys for you guys to understand just how much your environment affects you. And it's a study that I actually saw recently. So basically, let's say you're a guy who's in shape. You work out very well. And a lot of you niggas watching this should be in fucking shape. If you're a fat ass right now, you need to go to the gym. But point is, if you're a guy who's in shape, right? You work out a lot, you watch your calories, you sleep well, eat well, the whole 9 yards. You're in shape, you got abs, you looking like me type shit. Anyway, you have all these things. The likelihood that you'll suddenly become obese is very low. right? Let's say just like 5%. That's not the actual data from the study I'm talking about, but like just let's say it's 5%, right? 5% chance you suddenly become obese because you're doing what you need to do. If you were to suddenly get two fat friends, right? They don't even have to be really obese, but two fat friends. If you suddenly got two fat friends, you know what would actually happen? The likelihood that you would become a fat ass too would jump exponentially. So let's say, with what I just said, you have a 5% chance you become obese. You get these two fat friends, it jumps to like a 40% chance that now you become obese in the future. 40%, bro. This is not the actual data from the study, but the point is, the jump is so ridiculously high from what I saw. It's like crazy. Just from being around, and look, it's not like you're working out with them or doing whatever. It's just, you're just being around them regularly just increases the chances that much. That just goes to show how much as human beings we're affected by our environment. You could be doing all the right things in terms of keeping yourself in shape, but if you just hang around the wrong niggas, you increase the chance that you fall into bullshit ridiculously high. And that's why this environment shit is really the make or breaker. Like if I had to give advice, which I already do regularly to you niggas, but if I had to say one thing you need to get right if you want to become successful, it's literally just this. Literally, if I only had one video I could ever post ever, it would just be do this right. Get your environment right. Make sure you are around the right people and you remove all the bullshit from your life. If you just do that, the likelihood you become successful is ridiculously high. If you just ensure, okay, you are only around guys who are stronger than you, better than you, and more successful than you. And even if you can't physically be around these guys, you only watch guys like this. This is the beauty of the internet. You can literally see the guys that have already achieved the level of success that you want to achieve today. Hop on your laptop, hop on your phone. You can watch them every single fucking day, right? So you either get around these guys or you watch these guys every single day. You cut off all the fucking bumps from your life. There is no debates about this. I'm tired of niggas debating, oh, well, this one, my day one, and this. Do you want to be a winner or not? Because this environment shit, it really makes or breaks you. So you cut them all off. You get rid of all the things and bullshit from your life that distracts you, right? The drugs, the alcohol, the partying, all the gaming bullshit, all the gotta go. All these things are gone, right? Now, you only watch these guys who are very successful, right? You wake up every single day and you do the work you need to do. All you need to do now is wait. If you just wait a few years, you'll be ridiculously successful just off that alone. Obviously, when I say wait, I don't mean you're sitting there and doing nothing. Obviously, you're working on your goals that you're trying to achieve. But if you just do that, you have the right environment around you and you work on your goals, boom. The likelihood you become successful is ridiculously high. It's crazy. All just because you just fixed your environment. The focus and discipline and consistency you want, you'd also end up gaining it too. Because you're looking at guys with higher levels of focus and discipline and consistency every day. You're like, well, the only way for me to achieve my goals is I would have to match their level of focus, commitment, and discipline, right? I'd have to match it all and then surpass what they have. So if you're watching these guys every single day, if you're hanging around these guys every single day, you're going to reach it eventually because this is all you're used to. This is all you know. This is your environment now. This is who you are, right? This is really all that it takes to make the difference in your life. If you just get this environment stuff right, this is all it really takes. This is what it really takes to be a winner. There's nothing else, right? You want all these other stats or consistency, focus, and discipline, bro. If you just get this environment stuff right, it's perfect. So yeah, man, let me know how you guys felt about this. So you're like, damn, I didn't even realize how much of a difference environment really actually makes in my life. Like if I just get this environment shit right, I can cook like crazy. Because you think that the reason why you're not extremely successful, or you see guys who are extremely successful, especially as young guys, we're intimidated by it. We're looking, we're like, damn, they must have some crazy talent. They must have had the perfect circumstances. They must have had this, that, and the third. And don't get it twisted. Some people are talented, but you've heard the quote before too, that hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. But what hard work actually really means in that quote is being focused, disciplined, and consistent. That's really the thing. That's what the hard work looks like. Because there's a lot of talented guys out there that don't have those stats because they're around the wrong fucking people. So they fall off. And I want you to be successful deep into the long term, not just have a nice rise and then fall. No, forever. Until you go in and out of your prime. Like you have a whole monumental career with whatever you're pursuing right now. And you do that by having the right environment the entire fucking time. There's a ton of talented guys who have a fucked up environment. They do really well initially because they got talent, but then they fall off because they're around the wrong fucking people. So if you get this environment shit right, bro, your career is going to be insane into the future. This is the hard work. You'd be surprised, but this is the hard work. And this is where you're going to get all the natural abilities you need to succeed if you just do this shit right. Because it doesn't matter how focused, consistent, or disciplined you think you are. If you're around the wrong guys, you're going to fall off. You're going to fuck up. Temptation exists. We're human beings, right? So yeah, man, if you love this shit, if you really understood this shit, let me fucking know by liking the damn video so more guys can see this shit, more guys can join the fam, and make sure, oh, you know what? Let me just focus on fixing my environment. I struggle with focus right now. I struggle with discipline. I struggle with consistency. But let me just clean up my environment. Let me cut off my bum ass friends. Let me get rid of all this bullshit that makes me comfortable, all this cheap entertainment, all this going out, partying, drinking, smoking, all this degeneracy. Let me get this shit all out of my life, and just have my work and the guys around me who are better than me or more successful than me, or watching these guys every single fucking day. And I'm telling you, it changes your life. It changes your entire brain chemistry. So like this shit up so more guys can see this shit. And of course, to subscribe. You know what I'm saying? I want to grow the fam. I drop videos like this all the fucking time to make sure you guys are getting the mental models that you need to become extremely successful, because that's what you're here for. I want you guys to reach the peak of your power, the peak of your masculinity, you know what I'm saying? So we can save the world, save America, and this, that, and the third. So yeah, man, let me know how you guys feel about it. Like and subscribe. And with that being said, I'll catch you boys in the next YouTube video. Deuces.